Hello, I'm Simulator Dirk, and this is Simulator Dirk Train Sim World. Welcome back. Today, what we are doing, we are continuing our series of looking back to previous releases that have been updated to come up to closer to modern standards. Last week, we went back to rapid transit. This week, we're going across to America and the Long Island Railroad. Despite what I might say later on in the episode, in a couple of weeks we'll be going back to having a look at Amtrak before it is released as a part of Train Sim World Rush Hour. Welcome back to Long Island Railroad. It's been an interesting time since I've been away from it. You'll see what happened the last time that I went to the Long Island Railroad as well. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hope you enjoy the episode. This is Simulator Dirk Train Sim World.
This is Hicksville on the Long Island Railroad. Follow the markers to catch the train.
Oh, notice the passenger information squares are actually there. It actually have got stuff written on them. That's cool. Welcome to Hicksville. I'm very surprised actually let me back on the Long Island Railroad after what happened the last time I was here. We'll show you more about that later on in the episode. So I thought that I'd redo the introduction, and also I've purchased a newer train for the Long Island Railroad which we'll use after this. Let's get onto the train. Now. Find a seat.
The Long Island Railroad offers the ability to ride and operate a multitude of commuter trains along North America's busiest railroad between New York Penn and Hicksville. You are currently riding an M7 electric multiple unit formed of 4 A and B coach pairs. Over 400 of these trains operate on a daily basis. Train Sim World allows you to ride and drive trains from a selection of internal and external camera angles. Let's take a look now by exploring the exterior of this train. Other internal and external camera views are available to be explored. These can be accessed from the number keys.
Oh yeah! Yeah, there we go. Oh, gotta watch out for distortions. There we go.
You've only travelled a short distance here, so let's take a look at what else there is to enjoy. Welcome to North America's busiest railroad. Visit Jamaica Station, the backbone of this intense commuter network with its impressive glass concourse. Journey underground into the heart of New York. Operate in and out of Atlantic Terminal. Take services along the scenic Hempstead branch and finish up at the eastern limit of Hicksville. Along the way, don't forget to replace misplaced fire extinguishers, update line maps in stations, add local advertising and repair any damaged fences. Welcome to the Long Island Railroad.
Alright, that's the Long Island Railroad. And it's been a while since we've been here. And why did I get banned from being on the Long Island Railroad? Let's have Kings and Queens. Here we go. So we're at Atlantic Terminal. I'm assigned the 1228 to West Hempstead, which looks like it is arriving now. Engineering work at Locust Manor means this service is only running as far as Jamaica. Okay, so we have to walk. We have to walk towards the other end of the train. Okay. So we'll get into our cab. We'll close that door. Oh, hello, what are you doing there? Sit in engineer seat. She's already sitting in the engineer seat. Sit in the engineer seat of the train. You are sitting in the engineer seat. Am I sitting on the wrong train? Let's see what happens. No, it's not going to let me sit in the engineer seat. What is going on? I am the engineer. What's going on? Hello. It told me to go this way. Now, hang on. What? Am I even on the wrong train? I could be on the wrong train. Now, would you believe that was Train Sim World episode 13? And yes, I'm still here. This is episode 37, question mark? And that was, believe it or not, that seemed like such a long time ago. It's now mid-May 2021 as I'm recording that. That was actually the 13th of August 2020 when that episode was released. So I'd been in Erk Tower in Newcastle for about 4 months by that stage. Seems like such a long time ago. Seems like so long ago, that particular one. But yes, I still do have a job. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go on and I am going to do the introduction of one of the trains, hopefully the train that I've most recently purchased. We were on the M7, and so I am going to go on to the M3, which I purchased later on. I've only just purchased it within the last month or so. There's been a lot of improvements that have been made to Long Island Railroad since it was introduced. So we are going to explore, we are going to continue our training, and we're going to get onto the M3. Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour coming in summer, including Amtrak. So Amtrak back, US passenger back. So that will be very interesting to see. Clinchfield, it's a freight line. Haven't got that particular one yet. I've only just purchased that for Train Simulator, actually. Haven't recorded an episode with it. Sometimes it's interesting if you get a route that is on both Train Simulator and Train Sim World, both by the same developers. It's interesting to see the differences in between them. But Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour coming soon with, from an American perspective, Amtrak and also Boston Commuter Rail, which will be interesting because I don't know a lot about Boston Commuter Rail.
Welcome to this Bud M3 electric multiple unit in Long Island Railroad livery. During this brief introduction, we will go through the most common operational procedures you will encounter. A lot of time will be spent in the engineer's seat.
Now, the last time I tried to get into the engineer's seat, that didn't go so well. Oh, nothing really doing. I'm just watching that train come in with the doors open. Now, am I able to close these doors again? No. Alright. I would feel very claustrophobic in this cab because you have to keep the door locked because, look, there's passenger seats. I would feel very claustrophobic in there. Alright, let's sit in the seat.
The master key is used to activate the control desk.
Okay, master key. Right in front of me. Master key.
The reverser determines the direction of travel.
This actually looks older than the reverser to neutral. There we go.
Lights are important to let others around us know that this unit is active.
Alright, so lights. Marker lights to off. Lights, that's cab lights. Door control. Lights. The lights off. Marker lights on. Door control. I'm looking in the wrong area. Headlights. Right.
This unit has a combined power and brake handle called a master controller. Engage this as indicated to begin the startup procedure.
Alright, set the master controller to max brake. Max brake. Press and hold the charging button to raise the brakes at least 90 psi. Hang on, where are you? Recharge.
To unlock the doors, a key must be inserted into the corresponding panel.
Oh yes, I remember this now. Insert the door control key. Hang on. Door control key in. So let's set the door control switch to doors comms. Doors comms, there we go.
It's time to get going. Set the doors to locked.
Are you going to remove the door control key at every station? Hang on. That's gonna suck. Reverser. Whoops, to forward.
It is now time to use the master controller to get this train moving.
Alright.
It is currently set to apply the brakes. Pull the handle towards you into the power range. Now we're moving. Apply more power and focus on reaching the permitted line speed.
Okay, 50 kilometers, 50 miles an hour, 80 kilometers an hour. Alright, we're in max power, so we've got 4 notches of power. Now, it does make sense that this unit's older because this is the M3. We were on the M7 before. Set the master controller to coast.
Coasting is a method used to efficiently maintain speed and reduce maintenance requirements.
Okay, so we need to stop at a kilometre. So we'll put minimum brake on now to start with. If you haven't driven a particular train for a while in Train Sim World, it's actually handy to, I need to put some more brake on now. It's actually handy to do the tutorials again. Right, that's max brake. They're pulling up nicely. Let some brake off. Not too much. Alright, so we need to unlock the doors, so we need to, hang on, gotta get my bearings in the cab. The door controls. Don't know what that is. Door control, switch to doors comms.
Operate the train to the next station without instruction. Be aware that an emergency stop will occur before arriving.
Hang on, let's see if we can go without. Oh, we can leave the key in. Alright, so they're going to simulate emergency braking. Alright.
To recover from this situation, the controls must first be reset.
Alright. Controller to max brake. And reverser to neutral. Charge the brakes again.
The train has been reset, so it is possible to get moving again.
Alright, just waiting for the brakes to come off. Hang on. Oh no, what I didn't do. Shouldn't be possible to move the master controller unless you've got the reverser in forward. Knock key out. Forward. Alright, here we go. we've still got a kilometre and a half to go before Jamaica. Although we've got a speed limit change coming up here, so need to slow down. And there's a bigger one coming before Jamaica. So we'll just keep the brakes on. So we're going on to a much slower speed coming into Jamaica, so I'm just going to leave it where we are at the moment. Alright, so we're just rolling in to Jamaica. Starting to put some brakes on.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of this train. More details on the controls can be found in the manual.
Alrighty. Gold medal performance. Alright. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go into timetable mode. Going to go into timetable mode. We're going to drive a service probably from Penn Central. Or should I go the other way? Should I start in the suburbs and then drive to Penn Central? Let's have a look at the timetable. Timetable. We'll go on the M7 because we were just on the M3. We'll continue. Let's change the weather. Yeah, so let's do a winter blizzard. Let's do that with the M7. The M7 introduced between 1999 and 2006. And the M3 1984 to 1986. So there's a big difference there. Alright, can we switch the livery? We'll do a 10 car. Alright, let's go. Yeah, let's work our way in. Let's work our way in from the suburbs into Penn Central. Let's do that. It's been a while since I've been on this line, obviously, but yeah, I think it's not a bad idea if you're returning to a line and let's say you don't drive German trains all the time, because a lot of the German trains would be set up in a similar sort of way, and it'd be probably the same train on a lot of different lines. If you drive a different train, okay, so we're starting at Hicksville. Alright, so we need to put our key in. We need to get our master controller out of emergency. I want to be able to use the buttons. Alright. Reverses in forward, master controller into max brake. Uncoupling switch off. Door controls over here. Door control key in. Doors comms. Unlock rearward doors. Reverse it forward. The overcharge, or the charge button was the one I'm looking for. Charge brakes. Wipers would probably be good at this point. Let's see. Cab lights on. Gauge lights on. Marker lights on. Headlights, auxiliary lights. It's bright. Did I unlock the doors? I'm pretty sure I did. Oh gee, that's ugly. Alright, what haven't I done? Windshield heater. Windshield wiper. High. Alright, what haven't I done? Now, according to me, as I've opened them on the wrong side. So, where is... Okay, yeah, that's definitely on the wrong side. Alright, so there must be one on the other side. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh, this is a... I forgot about having to go all the way to the other side. Oh, I totally forgot about that. So you have to stick your head out. Alright, so we'll lock our doors now. See, I don't think that tutorial made that clear for me. Alright, so switch off key. Key out. And we have to walk to the other side of the cab. Alright, now hopefully brakes off. So we're now coasting 9.5 kilometres to our next stop. So max power. Let's have a look outside, considering that I got. Look at the snow. I could not imagine driving a train in these conditions. You know, I've never had to, so I can't imagine it. I just want to appreciate. Oh, and I've left the window open too from when I was operating the controls on that side for the doors. Alright, let's get back in the cab. 160? $164, didn't think they could go that fast. Okay, let's look outside. Does it? Yeah, now it looks like we're doing 160. Alright, we should put the HUD back on. And start. Not power. Putting a lot of brake on. From this view, it doesn't look like we're doing 145, 160, but you know, when you go outside, oh yeah. That's what happens when you drive outside. Put more brake on because we need to stop soon. Now we're a 10-car train, so we should have a lot of platform to work with. So now what we need to do, put our door control key in. Doors comms. Unlock rearward doors. While we're doing that, I'll get out of the seat. Put this window up. Put this window down. In real life, we'd be looking out that window. Alright, so we will lock the doors. Take the key out. Window up. Get back in the seat. Get back in the seat. And let's go. 15 kilometers to Jamaica. These screens are very detailed. So on the left hand side we've got our main operating screen, which is showing the status of our doors, our parking brake, our train number, things like air conditioning, third rail status, maintenance screen, operating screen, etc. On the right hand side, is our speed, our brake pipe, our brake cylinders, pressures, wheel spin, doors closed, alerter status, ATC status, which I haven't got turned on, but okay, we can probably stop powering now. That's a satisfying clunk when you hear your master controller in coast or off. Still got 13 kilometers to go before Jamaica. And driving a train under these conditions, I've got no idea about. But I have been in conditions like this in New York. I think it was on my last trip to New York, and I remember it was a Saturday morning, and I was just glued to the TV, and I was just watching all these different reports about how big the snowfall was in the areas, and that it was basically declared in some areas a state of emergency. All the snowplows were out. You could actually track the snowplows on the internet to see where they were. Because I was staying, I was in Manhattan. Yeah, I was in Manhattan, and then a little bit later on, I went out and had a bit of play in the snow. That was fun, but it was certainly very interesting. You know, it's one thing to be in Australia, which is where I'm from, and watch snow reports from America or from Canada or wherever, but to be actually in the place where the snow is falling at the time. To be watching where the snow is falling at the time and to see the reports and to basically be saying, oh, there's going to be no subway trains. We're going to be parking all the subway trains that we can out of the weather. And there's basically going to be no service, don't travel if you don't have to, sort of thing. And I can't imagine we've got a speed change coming up, which I totally missed. And now we've got a speed change coming up, going up to 145. So to be where that snow event, where that snowstorm was, and to watch all the local, the local media reports were, and what they'd cancelled. They'd cancelled the rubbish collection because they were using the garbage trucks as snowplows, from what I remember. So I can't imagine what it would have been like during a certain global pandemic. That's still going on, and how much things were locked down in the States. I can't imagine. I've only got my Australian experience to go by, and even compared to some Australians, I wasn't locked down all that much because I was and still am an essential worker. So there's no such thing as working from home and that sort of thing, because I can't do that. We go down to 56 kilometres an hour in 3.5 k's. I've got to keep that in mind. So my lockdown experience was a lot different to a lot of lockdown experiences, even inside Australia. And I have spent and do spend a lot of time indoors, socially distancing and socially isolating anyway. You only have to look at the number of videos that I've got on Simulator Dirk to to prove that theory. But under this situation, it'd just be business as normal. I would presume, until I got to a certain point. Now, there's a thing to be said for if you're in an area like New York City, Long Island, that sort of stuff, that regularly gets snow. And so they've got things in place for that. Whereas compared to like places in the Blue Mountains, I used to live at the bottom of the Blue Mountains. I could see the Blue Mountains from my old house. And that environment, at the top of the Blue Mountains, it would snow maybe one day a year. And the conditions, nobody's really set up for snow. People don't know how to drive in the snow. I've never driven in snow. I've walked in snow. We can let the brake off and we can just coast now. So we're good for that speed limit change. Still got 1.3 kilometres to go, but we've got another speed limit change coming up. Coming into Jamaica. Oops. Just have a brake off now. We're coming in nicely for that lower speed limit coming into Jamaica. Just a little bit of break just to settle things down. Okay, this is interesting. We've got a station coming up Jamaica, and we've got platforms on both sides. What doors do I open? And there's people on both platforms. So what doors do I open? Do I open both sets? So you've really got to hold the button down to get into coast. I don't know what side to open the doors on. Maybe you have to open them on both sides. I don't know. Guess we'll find out in a minute. And I've only got one door control key as far as I know. We'll try that too. Alright, let's... that's one thing with the UI for this. It's very finicky for where you got to put the. So we'll unlock the rearward doors there. Now I'll open the window. So can I get out of the seat? This will be interesting. Hang on, as I unlock the left doors as well. Hang on, we'll get out of the seat. Or open the window. How did it know to do that? Let's have a look. What have we got outside, people? What's going on? I want to go outside and have a look. What's going on, people? Let's sit in the seat. Can we go outside now? Alright, so we've got a M3 next to us. So the doors are open on that side. Now the doors are open on that side as well. Let's get back in the cab. Now we'll lock the rearward doors there. So they're locked on that side. They're open on that side. Another way we can tell about, because you can't go outside in real life. See, the doors are still shut. So what we'll do, just to show you, we'll unlock those doors. Now, if you have a look, all the tiles on the, and I can't zoom in anymore, on the top row of where the, oh sorry, the second row of the train. Like you've got the first line and then you've got the second line. So all the doors are showing as open at the moment. So what we'll do, we'll get out of the seat. We'll go over here and we'll lock the doors there. And we'll put that window up. Take that key out. Then we'll go to the other side. Now if we have a look on the display, they've closed on one side and open on the other. So we'll close the doors here as well. And in a moment, the second row, they all should be green, showing that the doors are closed. We'll have a look outside or we'll get in the seat. And then if we show you outside, closed on that side, closed on that side. All right. So I've still got a very small speed limit, which I totally forgot about. So there's an interesting one of what doors do you open, what doors do you close. Now in real life you'd know the procedure. But also there's a balance between getting the train underway and then sticking to the 23 km/h speed limit, or 24 km/h speed limit, which doesn't change for another kilometre. So we go from 24 km/h speed limit now, and then in a kilometre's time we change to 129 km/h for our speed limit. Because there's so many different sets of points, etc. in this area. Oh no, we have increased a little bit. The speedo display on the bottom right hand corner was telling me something different to the display on the top right hand corner. Speed limit change is coming up. So we're a 10 carriage train. So I've got to wait for the whole train to enter the new speed zone, which it has. What I do like, in the center of the display, it actually tells you what the track speed is and what the speed limits are. Now I haven't looked into how to use ATC yet, so that screen would be a lot different if, or that whole area would be different if I was running in ATC. Automatic train control in this instance. 6 kilometres to go before our next stop at Woodside. Let's have a look at this station as we go through. Alright, we've got a speed limit change coming up soon at 2.5 kilometres, so I'm not going to necessarily put on more power at this point. I will put on some brakes soon. We've still got 3.5 kilometres to go before we actually arrive at the station. It is amazing a lot of the time to see how far you can actually coast. So you're not applying power, you're not braking, you're using your current momentum plus the speeds of what you're actually doing, your current momentum, you know, uphill and downhill. It's amazing how much of a difference it can make. Alright, we'll start to brake because we have our speed limit change coming up shortly. A little bit more on the brake. Not quick enough. So we're stopping in under a kilometre now, so we'll just keep the brake on. 34% brake. Alright, we don't, whoops. Hang on, what doors just opened then? We do have a signal at stop it towards the end of the, or just beyond the end of the platform, so we are going to take things easy. Minimum brake on. I did hear the sound for a door opening. I don't know what door though. We want to take the brake off, not put it on. Alright, let's turn around. Yeah, key was already in there from before, so let's unlock those doors. Oh, we left our window open. Alright, let's lock the doors. Close the window. New York Penn. 7.6 kilometres. Our last and final stop. Max Power, he's the one you want to touch. Where did that speed limit change come from? So about 5.5 kilometers to go before we arrive into New York, Pennsylvania. .69 kilometers an hour, briefly there, nice. Oh, I think this is the start of the tunnel, yeah. Alright, we can probably turn our wiper off now. Cab heater. Wiper off. When did that speed limit change? Oh, this would be freaky as anything. First time you see it from the driver's cab. So just under 3 kilometers to go. We've got a really small 24 kilometer an hour speed limit coming into New York Penn. About 500 meters before the platform. So we need to be aware of that. Now I don't know why it looks like it's snowing inside the tunnel, or like it's foggy in the tunnel. Now I'm not going to go too much faster because we have to reduce speed anyway in a kilometre or so. You know, it's a big change from, 90 kilometres an hour or 100, just short of 100 kilometres an hour down to 24. So we'll coast now. Going uphill 1.5%, so that will help us reduce the speed a tiny bit. Just a little bit of power, not much more than that. In reality, you're probably following something closely as well. Alright, just about a kilometre, half a kilometre to go now before we arrive into New York Penn. Okay, there's the platform. Signal and stop at the end of the platform. Once we stop, open and close the doors, we'll go for a bit of a walk around. See what we can discover before we go. Alright, so we'll get up and we'll wander over, window down. Alright, we have completed our mission. We have completed our timetable. And now we'll see how we did. Overall, I don't think we did too badly, considering. Terrible driving conditions. Just waiting for the final result to come up now. Drum roll. Okie dokie, here we go. Silver medal. Long Island Railroad level 4, M7 level 3, me in totals level 22. And considering we had that big delay at the start while I was figuring out what was going on with the doors, we went okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to return to free roam. While we're here, we're going to lock the door. Alright, let's have a look around New York Penn. Can we close the window from the outside? Probably not. Actually, I'll go and put it up. There we go. Alright, so there's our train. Do we have a sign that says New York Penn anywhere? No. There's our snowy train. Passenger information screens. There we go. So the first train at 17:16 going to Hicksville, which is probably this train when it goes back. And the second train at 19:26, third train at 20:26, or 20:16 rather. Calling out Jamaica and Hicksville. Ten coaches though, that's an English thing. This service is formed of 10 coaches. Should be 10 cars, but I'm a guy from Australia, so what would I know? Anywho, let's go up the escalator. See how far I can go over here. See how far we can go out. Oops. Okay, so I can only go as far as there. Can we go down to... There's a lot more noise in my ears than what's actually going on the platform. Okay, so I can only go as far as there. Let's go. Sounds like I'm walking through snow. Where's that train? Oh, this one's going to Hampstead now. And would it say on time in America like that? Would it say on time? Let's get on. Alright, let's go for a ride, one stop, or a little bit. See if the door's closed with us on it. Now you might think to yourself, oh, you're just sitting on the train, why is it taking so long for the time between the doors closing and the train actually moving? When you consider that the driver / engineer might have to actually move from one side of the cab to the other, take a key out, blah 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 blah, like we've seen, no wonder it takes a little bit of time. Oh, shall we dare? Oh, there's nobody here this time. We'll put the window up for them. Oh, it is up. Alright, I think we'll leave it there. I've been Simulated X.